And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to another edition of Card Sharks Live here on at MVG Productions. Um, if I sound like I'm being super quiet tonight, you'll have to forgive me. I have had a 3 days worth of doing wrestling commentary, and this is about the best of my voice that I have left at this point. So I'm a I'm it's a little shot, but outside of that, I'm in good spirits and I'm looking forward to our episode of Card Sharks tonight. So again, as I've said in the past, if you'd like to leave an opening poem here for the show, just leave it either in the live chat because I go back and try to look through them all and check after every episode, or leave it in the comment section below this video if you're watching it on demand later, and you might get your poem read online. Just like tonight, our opening poem it was sent in by Scooby HE. It was one of the ones that I didn't make air from last season's of Card Shark, so I went back and checked on some of those. So Scooby, if you're out there watching, this one is for you. And I appreciate the poem. And again, appreciate everyone who's watching live on the live stream here. But we got a good game in store for you, so no use in sitting on it at this point, as they say. Let's get to it. Let's play some Card Sharks. Hope you enjoy the episode, everyone. Aces are great. Deuces are too. But if you flip an 8, then I'll have to bid you adieu on Card Sharks. This is a game where a single turn of the card can win you up to $32,000 in cash. And now, here's your host, Brandon Scruggs. Thank you all so much. Welcome into another edition of Card Sharks here. Glad you could be here as part of the show. All right, and let's get right into it, and let's meet our returning champion here tonight. Back with us after one win and a grand total now of $2,600. We have Neil Sternitsky. Neil, welcome back to the program.
Hi, Brandon. Good to be here again.
Glad you're back here. Picked up the win last time on the show, but unfortunately just did not find as much luck in the money cards last time. But maybe things will be a little bit better for you today. Remind the good folks at home about yourself.
Sure, I am 36 years old from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, a collector of many things, including but not limited to Hot Wheels, Funko Pops, board games, and a ton of other stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I know you were mentioned about collecting some those vintage board games from like game shows. Have you picked up any good ones as of lately?
Recently, well, actually, I did find another version of Password from the Milton Bradley era.
Okay.
I think it's without looking at it right now, I think it's the third edition.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that definitely goes back in the old record books a little ways there. Well, anyway, good luck today defending your championship as you play against your first challenger on this episode. Coming to us from the Aloha State himself, it's Matthew Vasconcelos. Matthew, welcome to the program. Matt, tell us a little about yourself. Where you from, what you do, and all that. Hello, Matt. I think we've disconnected his mic unintentionally here. Seamus, will you please poke Matthew with a stick? Make sure he's working, or at least reconnect the mic there, please. Matthew.
Sorry, guys.
There it goes. See, technical issues. I knew we'd get it
Yeah,
worked out
I
there.
didn't even know about it.
It's
Well,
okay.
anyway,
It happens.
like I said, I'm a 2022 graduate in journalism from the University of Hawaii at Manoa. Kind of still playing the waiting game for now until I can find some kind of work in Hawaii sports. But as of right now, I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel with some shots from my college men's basketball team and also college softball, maybe even some other sports as well.
Uh huh.
But as of right now, I'm hoping to get a reporting role as a digital reporter or at least just something in sports. But as of right now, I'm going to try and make it on YouTube until I can find something.
Fantastic. Well, welcome to the program. Good luck to you today. Um, let's get right to it. Let's play our game of Card Sharks. You both have cut your decks before the show. Our champion Neil will be playing the red cards. Matthew is going to be playing the blue cards on the bottom. Of course, the game is to call the next card on the board there for you is higher or lower than the previous one. Work your way across the board. You call all your cards correct. You'll win the game. We pick up $500. We play best 2 out of 3, and winner will go on to our money cards round for a chance at $32,000. So you'll have to forgive me as well if I stop for points in time and trying to get something to drink to kind of keep my voice going. We're going to see how long this lasts tonight. So wish me luck here, and let's get started with our first game of this matchup between Neil and Matthew with a question to our champion, Neil. Neil, we asked 100 dog owners, have you made up things that their dog would say using a funny voice? How many of those 100 dog owners said yes, they have made up things that their dog would say if they used a funny voice?
Interesting. I can see some people doing that, but not really a lot. So I think this might be on the lower side of things. I'm gonna say 29.
29 out of 100 of them said that they've made up a funny voice for their dog in response to what the conversation they're having with them, I guess. Matthew, higher or lower than 29?
That's an interesting question and a pretty good guess too. Personally, I do not have a dog, nor do I even want one. But I actually think that that some people would I think a little bit more would do that. So I think it would be a little bit higher.
Say even higher than that. Okay. Well, if the answer is higher, you will play the cards first. If the answer is not higher, Neil, you'll play yours. The actual number of dog owners who said that they made up things that their dog would say using a funny voice is 71. It's much higher.
Wow.
I guess people just really like the concept of their dogs actually having a human conversation with them and answering them back. So I guess that's the case here. And for you, Matt, you want to play your cards first. So let's take a look at your opening base card for this round. It's a 10.
Ooh, not a good card. Let's change it.
Yeah, you won the question. You have the right to change it. Instead of that 10, you'll now play a 5.
Okay, that's a little better. I think I'll try higher.
Going higher than a 5. It's a king.
It's lower.
Lower than a king. It's a 7 up the middle.
Ooh, I'm going to freeze.
Gonna freeze right there, okay? Taking that 3-card advantage over Neil. As we go to question number 2 for this round. This one is for you, Matthew. Matthew, we asked 100 professional clowns, or people who play clowns at like the circus, and we asked them, do you think that other clowns are actually scary? How many of 100 professional clowns thought that other clowns are actually scary?
First of all, define scary. I don't know if I don't know if a lot of people would think that other clowns are scary. I think at first, upon first seeing them, they may be, but I don't. I think that they would kind of not feel that way. But I think that's going to be pretty low, but somewhere around the middle. So I'm going to go with 39. 39.
39 of them. 39 professional clowns thought that other clowns are actually scary. Neil, higher or lower than 39?
Well, if you want to see scary clowns, well, actually, around here those are called politicians. Never mind.
Good answer.
You're not wrong about that
That's
to a certain
wrong.
degree.
But I'm gonna say lower.
You're going to say even lower than that. All right. Well, let's see. At least I know, in my opinion, that there are actually a lot of people out there that are actually deathly afraid of clowns. And I have a few friends that are just not fans of them at all in general. So I would think the answer is going to actually be on the higher side, but we'll see. The actual number of professional clowns who thought that other clowns are scary is 57. It's not lower.
Oh, wow.
So it's almost 3 out of every 5 of them think that. That's actually kind of fascinating to know. All right.
It is.
Matt, with that, you've got control of the cards once again. You've got that 7.
Oh, let's change it. I cannot stand that 7.
That makes sense. We're going to change that 7 out, and instead we're going to play a 2.
Yes, higher, higher.
Higher than a 2. It's a 4
It's higher. It's got to be higher.
for the first game of the match and $500. If this is higher than a 4, oh no, it's a 3. You lose those 2 cards there, giving Neil a chance to play his base card of a king.
Lower, please.
Lower than a king. It's a 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. It's a jack.
Lower.
Oh, lower than the jack. It's a 2.
Oh, my.
Higher.
For the first game of the match and $1,000 bonus for sweeping the board. Higher than a 2. It's a 5. He's done it. Very nice, sir.
Unbelievable.
Clean sweep of the board for you gives you $500 for the game plus $1,000 for sweeping the board. You're up to $4,100, sir. Not bad.
Wow.
Wow.
Not bad at all. All right, Matt, you've got some catching up to do. I'm going to see if you
I
can
do.
get a chance to do that here. So let's go ahead and clear out the board, deal out the next cards off the top of the deck. And we start round 2 with the challenger going first in this one. So, Matthew, this question is for you. Matthew, we asked 100 park rangers, have you ever stopped someone from taking a selfie with a bear? How many park rangers said they have, in fact, stopped someone from taking a selfie with a bear?
I would think that they would, because you never know what bears can do, because they're very unpredictable. Fortunately, I have not been in contact with a bear myself, having not left the state of Hawaii in 20 years. But you know what? I think that they're going to do that quite a bit. And I would think that I'd be hard pressed to find a high number of people who have not. So I think it's going to be 77.
77 out of 100 park rangers said they have, in fact, stopped someone from taking a selfie with a bear. Neil, higher or lower than 77?
I have to think that just the odds of a park ranger having to do that would not be that high. So I gotta go lower on this.
Let's say lower than that. All right, let's see. The actual number of park rangers who have, in fact, stopped someone from taking a selfie with a bear is 70. It's actually just a little bit lower. See, people just want those cool experiences with taking pictures with wildlife, not realizing or taking into consideration the fact it's it's real life wildlife. That's a bear that could maul your face off. And being that I live in a natural forest where black bears are quite common, not to mention elk and other very large game, that is never a good idea. Ever in this case. So
those bears are not from Build-A-Bear.
yeah, and that's not Yogi Bear, but he will take your picnic basket along with everything else, including your life. But Anyway, just
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, you would be the picnic.
Yes. Anyway, that's your public service announcement for the day right there. Anyway, Neil, you've got control of your cards. Let's show your starting base card this time. A jack.
All right, let's go lower.
I'm gonna go lower than the jack. Oh no, it's another jack. Of
Ooh.
course, pairs do not play here, and for you, Matt, it means you get a free shot at your base card. An ace.
Yes. Lower.
Lower than the ace. It's a 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. It's an ace.
Yeah. Lower.
Lower than the ace. It's a king.
Yeah. Lower.
For the tie of the match and $1,000 bonus, lower than a king. It's a queen. He's done it.
Wow.
Impressive. Well done from you, Matt. That's going to give you $500 for the game, plus another $1,000 for sweeping the board. We're all tied up one game apiece here. Well done. All right, so with that said, that means we're going to have to go into our tiebreaker to determine who our champion is. Only one question this round will determine who it is, but you got 3 cards for each of you. So, of course, in our tiebreaker round, the question will go to our champion. So, Neil, this one is for you. All right. As reported by Yahoo in a recent poll, what percentage of workers in the U.S. believe they can do a job better than their boss? Again, as reported by a poll by Yahoo, what percentage of workers in the U.S. believe they can do a better job than their boss?
Interesting. Well, your boss hired you to perform this job, and so he wouldn't have to do it himself. So these people he's hiring are going to be well trained for this. Hopefully. But I would say, I feel like this would be a higher number. So I'm going to say 72%.
72% of Americans think they could do a better job than their boss can, Matt. Higher or lower than 72?
I think he's got it about right, but then again, you never know because that kind of stuff is not unheard of. And am I an example of this? I am not, unfortunately. Unfortunately, since I'm still job hunting at the moment, but I think it's going to be a bit lower.
I say a bit lower than that. All right. For control of the cards here in their tiebreaker, the actual percentage of percentage of workers in the U.S. that believe that they could do a better job than their boss is 59. It is lower. All right, Matt, you're going to have the option. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you Neil's base card and your base card, and then you'll have a choice to make if you want to play your cards or force Neil to play his. So let's start by showing you Neil's base card is a 9. Your base card is an 8. You have the option. What would you like to do?
You know what? I hate to be the dick of the bunch, but I'm gonna have to give it to Neil.
All right, Neil, it is on you. You got to call both these cards correctly. If you do, you retain the championship and go on to the money cards. If you don't, Matthew becomes our new champion. Good luck to you. Call it from the 9.
All right. Well, first of all, Matthew, I would have done the same thing if I was in your position. Lower.
No, playing the odds. Lower than the 9. Oh, no, it's a queen. And Matthew, you are a new champion. Congratulations. Well done. That's another $500 for you. That's going to put you up to $2,000. We'll tackle the money cards here in just a minute. Neil, hope you had fun here with us, sir. What was that?
I certainly had fun, Brandon. Thanks for having me.
Well, you're definitely not leaving here empty-handed. You picked up $1,500 today, along with what you had previously on the show. You leave us here as this run as champion with a grand total of $4,100, sir. Nicely played.
I'll be back for a future game.
Well,
Count on it.
we will look forward to seeing you then. But for now, Matthew V himself, our new champion here, $2,000. You ready to go see if you can add another $32,000 to that?
You bet I do.
Well, let's tackle it on. Let's go play the money cards. Here we go. All right, Matt. Here comes your opportunity to play the big money cards. As you know, we'll start you off with $200 in brand new betting money. You'll work your way across the bottom row with minimum bets of $50. Till you get up to that second row, we'll give you another $400 and 3 more cards. And then once you play through all of those, we'll move you up to the big bet there. You must on the big bet card, you must bet at least half of your winnings. If you can do a perfect double, double, double all the way to the top of the board, you're going to win yourself $32,000.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yep. Of course, if you get stuck and need some help, you can change one base card on one card on each of the levels. One of the 3 cards will do on the side. All right. So
Okay.
I hope you get this money here for you, sir. Good luck to you. Steal out those cards and give them a fresh $200. All right. And we'll see where we're starting you off with. Your base card for the money cards is a 5.
I think I'll keep it and I'll go 100 higher.
All right. $100 higher than a 5. It's another 5. It's a push. No win, no loss on ties here in the money cards. So you still have $200 and the 5.
Okay, I think I'm gonna change it with number 1.
All right, changing with card number 1. That's all right. Instead of the 5, you will now play the ace.
Yes. I should have done that the first time. Oh well. All of it lower. $200 lower.
All right, come on. Let's double it up. Lower than the ace for everything. It's a 7. You're up to $400 now.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go to the next row anyway, so I'm gonna go all of it higher.
All right, trying to double up for $800. If this is higher than a 7, it's a 10. He's done it. Well done. $800 there. We'll move you up to that next level, give you an additional $400 more, put you up to $1,200 and a 10.
Let's change it with 3.
Change it with number 3. All right. Instead of the 10, you will now play a jack.
All right. I'm gonna go 800 lower.
Big bet on that. $800. This is lower than a jack. It's a 4. You got it. Up to $2,000 now.
2,000, Brandon. All of it higher.
Ooh, big risk on this one for $4,000. If this card is higher than a 4, it's another 4. It's a push again. No win, no loss there. You still got $2,000.
You know what? I'll try it again. All of it higher.
All right. Hopefully better luck this time for $4,000. Come on, higher than a 4. It's an 8 up the middle.
Yes.
There you go. All right, we move that 8 up. Would you like to change it?
Yes. Change it with 2.
Makes sense. Last change card you got. And now your big bet card is a 7. You have $4,000. You must bet at least $2,000 on this one.
$2,500 higher.
All right, $2,500. So you either finish with $1,500 or $6,500 if this card is higher than a 7. It's a 10. He's got it. Nicely done. $6,500 there. Added to what you previously won, you now have a total of $8,500. Well played. Nicely done, sir. $8,500 for Matt, and he's going to play another opponent on the other side of this quick commercial break. So stick around, folks. We'll be back with more Card Sharks right after this. Stay with us. Sharks here. Matt, our new champion now, $8,500 so far. He's already won, and he's ready to see if he can add some more to it as he takes on his next opponent now. Returning back to Card Sharks here, he was our overall first champion of this season. Please welcome back Mr. Chris Chambers.
Thank you, Brenda, for having me back tonight.
Glad you can be back here with us. Remind us again about yourself.
My name is Chris Chambers. I'm a full-time cashier from Arkansas. In the fall, I love watching the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Fantastic. Well, welcome back to the program. You ready to get winning again?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's see what you can do with it. Good luck. You guys have cut your cards during the break there. So, Matt, you're the champion. You're now playing the red cards. Chris, the challenger, you're playing the blue ones. And the first question this round, of course, goes to our champion, Matthew. Matthew, we asked 100 first graders. We asked them, do chickens have nuggets? How many first graders thought that chickens actually have nuggets?
It's an interesting thing to wonder.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that first graders would know that chickens lay eggs, but as far as having nuggets, I kind of doubt it. I think some of them might say that at the same time. So that's why I'm saying 27. 27.
All right, 27 of them thought that first graders thought that chickens actually have nuggets. Chris, higher or lower than 27?
Well, if you're a kid going to McDonald's or Burger King, they want chicken nuggets. Hey, I want chicken nuggets sometimes when I go to Burger King. I would say it's going to be higher.
Well, the question here is regarding, do they think that chickens actually have a part of them that's called a nugget?
Oh, okay.
That's what it's for regards to here.
I'm still going to go higher.
Still going to go higher with it. All right. We shall see. The actual number of first graders that thought that chickens actually do have nuggets is 47. It is higher.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's about half.
Yeah. Again, some 6-year-olds don't know the anatomy of a chicken. Chickens have wings, they have legs, they have breasts, they have thighs. They do not have nuggets. That's a whole different story. But nonetheless, Chris, you've got control of the cards first. So let's take a look at your opening base card for this round. It's a jack.
Keep it and go lower.
All right, lower than the jack. It's a 6.
Keep it and go higher.
Going higher than the 6.
Ooh.
Oh no,
Oh.
a 3. Gonna lose those 2 cards
Good
there.
for you.
Darn it.
Matthew,
Ouch.
free chance to play your base card of a 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. Oh no, another 4 there.
No.
Yep, that will
Ouch.
not do it there again. So both of you still on your base card. And we'll go to question number 2. This one is for you, Chris. Chris, we asked 100 men, have you ever sniffed your own underwear to see if it's clean? How many of 100 men have said they have in fact sniffed their own underwear to figure out if it's clean or not?
Oh boy. I'll say that's a high number, about 65.
65 out of 100 of them said
Yes.
they have in fact sniffed their own underwear to see if it's clean. Matthew, higher or lower than 65?
I think it is going to be pretty high. And unfortunately, I'm kind of one of those people at times. But of course, it is just to confirm it. I don't think they're going to do it for anything, quote unquote, sick or anything like that. But I think it is going to be a little bit higher than that.
I see even higher than that. I'll admit it's called a sniff test. Just a quick sniff. If you don't smell anything, they're clean. Put them on, wear them. If not, throw them in the dirty hamper. Grab another pair. I feel like most men have done this at some point in their time. I may be wrong. We'll see. Let's find out together here. The actual number of these men who, in fact, have sniffed their own underwear to figure out if it's clean or not is 75. It is higher.
Yeah.
Wow. Just a little bit.
3 out of every 4. That feels right to me at that point. Feels right. All right, Matt, you've got control of the cards. You've got that 4.
I'll keep it. I'll try it again. Higher.
All right, come on. Higher than a 4. It's a 6.
There you go. Look.
What was that?
Or actually, I'll freeze. I'll freeze.
Gonna freeze? Okay.
Yes.
Make sure I had it right. All right, so you're freezing there, taking the 1 card advantage over Chris. As we now go to question number 3 for this round, and this one is for you, Matt.
Okay.
We've asked 100 office workers, have you ever photocopied your butt on the Xerox machine? How many of those 100 office workers said, in fact, they have photocopied their butt on the Xerox machine?
Hashtag stupid. Oh my God. I've seen that on Cow and Chicken or something similar, but to do that in actuality, that's a ticket to a termination, that's for sure. I don't think that's gonna be very high. I think it's gonna be 19 of them.
19.
19 of those idiots are gonna do that.
All right. 19 out of the 100 office workers said they have, in fact, photocopied their butt on the Xerox machine. Chris, higher or lower than 19?
Well, I know some people like to do visual stuff at work. You know, I'm gonna go higher.
You're going to go even higher than that. All right. I worked in an office for about 3 years doing work as a customer service representative for a tax software company. I don't think I ever saw anybody photocopy their butt or even attempt to. Now, I will admit, I personally have photocopied my face once just to see what it looked like. But, again, that's my face. That's not my butt. But we'll see. Let's find out together. The actual number of office workers who have, in fact, photocopied their butt on the Xerox machine is 18. It is not higher.
Wow.
Matthew, you were off by 1. Had you went 1 less, I could have given you a $1,000 bonus for hitting it right on the money there. Wow. All right, Matt, you've got control of the cards once again. You've got that 6.
Please.
All right, we'll change that 6, and 6 goes away, and out to play we find an ace.
Yes! Lower!
Lower than the ace. It's a 5.
I think I like it. I'll try higher.
One higher than a 5. It's a 9.
Freeze.
And a freeze right there. All right. Needing just 1 card to go in this first round here. And we are at our 4th and final question here for this round. Someone must win on this play of the cards. The question goes to you, Chris, on this one. Chris, we have asked 100 people who saw the movie Titanic. Do you believe that, in fact, Rose could have made room for Jack on that floating door? How many of those 100 people who saw Titanic do believe, in fact, that Rose could have made room for Jack on the floating door?
I'm gonna say up the middle, 50.
Right up the middle with 50 of them believe that they could. Matthew, higher or lower than 50?
I have seen Titanic, but I did not watch it religiously. I will say that now.
Okay.
I think that she should have made room for him, assuming she did not. So I think it's going to be higher.
You're going to say higher than that. All right. For control of the cards, the actual number of people who saw Titanic that believe that Rose could have, in fact, made room for Jack on the floating door and when the ship sank is 83 of them. It is much higher.
Wow.
I believe when scientists sort of went back and looked and analyzed one of the doors that Rose apparently had slipped on. The fact that they've proven that if Jack had gotten on the door with them, there'd have been too much weight, the door would have sank, they both would have died, would have been the case. So, again, but the way the movie portrays it, it looked like it would have been sturdy enough for both of them. But again, the world may never know from that particular tragedy there.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, you've got the option, sir. You've got a 9. You can change that if you'd like and play one more card, or you can pass it to Chris. He has the jack. He can't change it. He has to run the table on his. So the option is yours. You want to play it or you want to pass it over?
It's all yours, Chris.
All right, Chris.
Oh boy.
You're going to make a complete run of it. One mistake here, and Matt wins game 1. However, if you can run the table, though, you'll pick up a $1,000 bonus for yourself. So good luck. Call it from the jack.
Lowell.
All right, lower than the jack. It's a 6.
You know what? I'm going against the odds. Lowell.
Against the odds. Lower than the
Oh.
6 again. It's a 4.
Oh my!
Woo! Kyle.
Higher than a 4. It's a king.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Lowell.
For the first game of the match, a $1,000 bonus and an amazing run. Lower than a king. It's an 8. He's got it. Nicely done, sir.
Nice
$1,000 there. Well played with the cards. You're ahead with $1,500 off of that one. Well played.
That's rude.
All
Wow.
right. Well done. Let's go ahead and clear the cards off and get started with round number 2 here, where our challenger goes first. So, Chris, this first question is yours. We asked 100 beekeepers, have your neighbors ever complained about your bees? How many of those 100 beekeepers said, in fact, their neighbors have, in fact, complained about their bees?
I think that'll be a high number. 75.
75 out of 100 of them believe that the beekeepers have had their neighbors complain about their bees. Matthew, higher or lower than 75?
I think I think Chris has it right, especially when you consider that sometimes some people are allergic to bee stings. And fortunately, I'm not one of them, thankfully. But I think for complaints, I would say that's going to be higher.
You're going to say even more than that. All right, let's see. The actual number of beekeepers who've had neighbors complain about their bees that they're keeping is 60. It's not higher.
Oh,
In fact, lower. All right, Chris, you've got control of the cards first in this one. Let's take a look at your opening base card. A king.
Lowell.
Going on, lower than a king. Oh no, an ace.
Not that time.
Gonna cost you there. Matt, a free chance to play your base card. A 10.
let's go with the odds of the lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a 3.
Higher.
Higher than a 3. It's a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. That's a 10.
Freeze.
And a freeze there. Needing one card left there to complete the round, try to tie up the match. And question number 2, this one is for you, Matthew. We asked 100 men, have you ever worn makeup to cover up a pimple? How many of those 100 men said they have in fact wore makeup to cover a pimple?
I'd be hard pressed to find someone who did not do that. I think a lot of guys are going to do that. Fortunately, I have not had a pimple on my face or whatnot that I can remember anyway. So I think it's going to be pretty high. 73.
All right.
73.
All right. 73 men have in fact worn makeup to cover up a pimple. Chris, higher or lower than 73?
When I have pimples, I used not see them. I never did wear makeup. I would say Lowell.
You're going to say lower than that. Let's see. The actual number of men who have in fact worn makeup to cover up a pimple is 31. It's much lower.
Oh wow.
And not as common of a practice as most people think there. All right, Chris, you've got control of your cards. You've got a king.
Lowell.
Lower than the king. Oh, no, an ace again.
Wow.
That is unfortunate there.
Unbelievable.
All right, Matt,
Ouch.
free chance to tie up the match here with this 10.
Lower, please.
To tie it up, lower than a 10. Oh, no, a king
Oh.
for you. Cost you that one as well. All right, we'll continue on now. Question number 3 this time. This one goes back over to you, Chris. Chris, in a recent survey done by Rover.com, what percentage of cat owners claim that they understand their cat's individual meows? Again, according to a survey done by Rover.com, what percentage of cat owners believe they claim that they understand their cat's individual meows?
If people who've been around cats all the time, they should know what the cats are feeling. I would say 65.
65 of them say they, in fact, do know what their individual cat's meows mean. Matt, higher or lower than 65?
I think to not understand what your pet cat wants is it's definitely going to fall on you, especially if you want a pet so bad and you don't know what they want. So I think it's going to be just a tiny bit higher.
I'm going to say a little bit higher than that. Well, let's see. The actual number of cat owners who claim that they can understand their cat's individual meows is 91. It is much higher. So great. People now saying they can speak cat. That's a new one. That's a new one on me. All right, Matt, you've got control of the cards, sir, and you've got that 10.
Well, unfortunately, it didn't work last time, but I'm going to try it again. I'm going to give it to Chris.
This is only question 3.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like, no.
Change to 10. I'm sorry.
I was supposed to say, no,
Still wrong the last one.
you get to play this one. So, all right.
So change to 10.
All right, changing that 10. And that 10 goes away in its place this time. We find a 7.
Oh, my. Well, I'll try higher.
All right, to tie up the match. Higher than a 7. It's a jack. He's done it. There we go.
Matthew.
All right, we are all tied up 1 game apiece now, so that means it's going to come down to this sudden death question here. One question will determine who plays and who maybe go into the money cards here. So, of course, in the sudden death question tiebreaker round, Matt, the champion, gets the question, and this one is for you. Matthew, we asked 100 dads, do you tell dad jokes? How many of those 100 dads said they in fact do tell dad jokes?
My dad is not one of them, let me tell you. But the one thing that he does, and this is a true fact, he does imitate like other movies that he's seen, because my parents are TV gurus, and I don't know if there's ever been a movie that they have not seen. So I think it's going to be around the middle. I'll say 48.
48. I don't know. Those 100 dads, in fact, do tell dad jokes. Chris, higher or lower than 48?
I hope it's higher.
And say higher than that. All right. For control of the cards, the actual number of dads that, in fact, do say they tell dad jokes is 84 of them, and is much higher. I will admit, I'm not a dad, but I'm an uncle of like 9. I thoroughly enjoy dad humor. It's dumb because even though more often than not people have this internal groan, the initial reaction is to smile because you're like, because they get it though, and that's the case. And who's going to get it now is you, Chris, because you have the option here for this one. So I'm going to flip over the base cards, and then you're going to decide if you want to play or if Matt's going to play. We'll start by flipping Matt's base card first. He has a king. Your base card is a 10.
Oh boy.
I should remind you as well, if you decide to play your cards, you have the right to change your base card. So the option is yours. You want to play it or pass?
Half of the luck I had the last round with the Asians and stuff, I'm passing it to my good friend Matthew.
All
Oh
right,
boy.
Matthew, it is on
Good
you.
luck, Matthew.
If you call both cards correct, you're going on. You're staying on as champion. You'll come back next time. Otherwise, Chris becomes our new champion. So good luck. Call it from the king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. It's a 4.
Higher. Higher.
To retain the championship, higher than a 4.
Come on. Come on.
It's an ace. He's done it.
Congratulations, Matthew.
Well done, sir. Congratulations there. You won the game. You're up to $9,500. And we're going to be playing the money cards here in just a moment. Chris, valiant effort, sir. Just didn't quite work out as well as you wanted to today, but you do pick up another $1,500 in winnings to go with your season totals so far. Did you have a good time with us?
Yes, I did, Brandon. Thanks for having me. I hope to be back on a future episode.
Good. Look forward to having you out. Give it up for Mr. Chambers right there, y'all. And Matt, you've managed to do it one more time, sir. Let's go see if you can't pick up even more money as we play the money cards. Come on over.
Let's do it.
Good luck, Matthew.
Thank you.
All right, you know how this works. Let's see if we can't get you that big money this time around. Let's go ahead and deal those cards. Give you a fresh $200 to start. And let's take a look at your base card. This time around, you'll start with a 5. This seems oddly familiar.
Yeah. I'm going to try it like the last time. $100 higher.
All right, $100. If this is higher than a 5. Oh, no. It's lose $100 there, but a card you can't lose on now.
Yep. All of it higher, please.
All right, let's get back up to $200. If this is higher than a 2. Oh, no. It's
Oh!
another 2.
Ouch.
That's
Try it again.
Right.
Higher. All.
Try it again. Same bet. All of it higher than a 2. It's a 6. There we go.
Okay.
Well, you got through with the 200 there. Let's move it up to the next level. Give you another 400. $600 and a 6 now.
Change it with 3.
All right, change it with card number 3. Instead of a 6, you'll now play with a 9.
Oh boy. 200 lower.
All right, $200. If this is lower than a 9, it's a 5. There we go, up to $800.
600 higher.
Big bid on here. This one's $600. Higher than a 5. Oh, no, it's another
My
2.
goodness.
But again, a card you
Ouch.
can't lose on here.
200 higher.
All right, betting it all. Higher than a 2. It's a jack.
Okay.
$400 as we move the jack up. Do you want to change it?
No, I'll keep it. I've already got something anyway, so double or nothing. All lower.
All right, for $800 or nothing at all. If this is lower than a jack. It's a 2. He's got it.
4 2. Wow.
Very nice, sir. $800 there this time, added to what you've won previously. You now have a 2-game total of $10,300. Well done. All right. And most importantly, you're going to come back with us next time to see if you can't pick up another chance to play and win yourself even more money here. Did you have a good time with us, Matt?
Oh, I definitely did. And with great opponents, too.
And that you did. And with that, we are going to have to call it for this episode because we are all out of time for this one. So again, we do appreciate each and every one of you out there for watching another fun-filled episode of Card Sharks. I'm going to hopefully try to get my voice better before the next time I got to do this live. So again, to make sure you don't miss out on all the fun and games that happen here, make sure you click that like button down below, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. That way you never miss out on all the fun and games of the past, present, and future right here on Card Sharks and here at MVG Productions. But in the meantime, between time, I'm going to go get me some more tea, and I'm going to say we'll see you next time right here for some more Card Sharks. Till then, so long, everybody.